Hey everybody, welcome back. This is going to be 200 days of Stardew Valley, and somehow the last video is at almost 10,000 views. That's pretty unbelievable for me, so thank you for that. Anyway, let's get into it. It's been a while, and I want to complete this community center. So let's get started. Day 101. We're starting out on a bit of a slow note since it's winter, and the earliest we can complete the community center will be in summer. Emily came by letting me know that I can use her sewing machine. I don't think I'll really use it since I already like my outfit. I spent the rest of the day trying to figure out what I was doing in the last video, and got accustomed to the farm again. Day 102. I noticed the second barn I built was finished, so I went over to Marnie's to buy some new animals for it, but for whatever reason she wasn't there, so I guess there's always tomorrow. Since it was a neutral luck day, I chose to sell some things to Pierre so I could afford the galaxy hammer. I've been looking forward to using it for a while now, and I'm excited to take it to Skull Caverns. It should be a lot easier now. Day 103. I woke up and went over to Marnie's house again, and I managed to forget how expensive pigs were. I now remember why I was postponing the galaxy hammer purchase until now. Oh well. I spent the rest of the day cutting down trees to stock up on wood, and finished the night off with 25,000 in earnings. That's pretty good for winter. I just need the starfruit I have to finish, because I'm running out of pumpkins, and starfruit wine will really have us swimming in some good money. Day 104. Well, what do you know? The 107 starfruit actually finished growing today, and I went to the desert to buy more. I wasn't able to afford the starfruit seeds. I'm really bad at spending money. To fix the problem, I went over to Pierre's and sold some gold starfruit, and got 63,000 in order to buy the rest of them, and proceeded to plant them. Day 105 was a good luck day, so we headed off to Skull Cavern. But before doing that, I filled my barn with pigs, because from what I can remember, the truffles are insane profit. After a long day at Skull Cavern, I got quite a bit of ore, but I didn't really make it that far in. I only made it to floor 24. During the night, we got level 10 mining though, and I chose Prospector for the extra coal. Day 106, I didn't do much, just the normal farm work, and I cut down some hardwood in the secret forest. I did make 21,000 overnight though, so slow and steady. On day 107, the tediousness of winter was starting to finally get to me, and I can't just skip through winter because we need to prepare for spring. Even if I didn't get much done today, I'm still bringing in decent money. Day 108. I finally got a rabbit's foot from the rabbits, so check off another item from the community center. It was also a very good luck day, so I tested out the Skull Caverns again. I got a decent amount of progress done, and even got myself a prismatic shard, as well as a decent amount of iridium. I ended it off at floor 46, making today the best day we've had. On day 109, my poppy finished growing. I also planted the red cabbage seed we got yesterday in the plant pot. After that, I went to the Christmas festival, where Shane gifted me some wine. Day 110. I went to Marnie's to buy some more hay because I'm running really low. Adding the extra pigs was really costly to our supply. Thinking about it, I'm probably going to change up the animals I have in spring, but we'll see. I then went to Robin's and built a stable so I could have a horse, and continued to spend the rest of the day gathering hardwood and regular wood, because after building the stable, we're almost out of it. My first starfruit wine also finished, and they're bringing in 31.50 each. That's pretty incredible for this point in the game, so we're going to be really rich soon. On day 111, I sold a lot of my animals, and placed all the pigs in one barn, and I also bought 4 more of them, and 4 more rabbits. Now I just need to upgrade the other barn, and finish buying all the rabbits for the coop. I went to the saloon and bought some beer to start gifting to everybody, and ended the day off clearing out the quarry. At the end of the day, we earned 53,000 just on starfruit wine, and 63,000 in total. Day 112 was the last day of winter, which makes me really happy. The bleak snow we see will be traded for the bloom of spring, and I just spent the rest of the day doing my normal farm routine. Day 113 marks the first day of spring, and also year 2. So let's get to work. First thing, I let the pigs out of the barn, finally, and they got me my first truffle. I then went to Pierre's shop to buy more seeds, and finished the community center bundle. After arriving back at home, I planted all the seeds. I chose not to grow too big of a crop. I'll end up setting that up eventually. And with the first truffles coming in, I decided to build an oil maker. Day 114 was spent clearing up the farm a little bit because of the overgrowth from spring. I also need to clear it out so that I can start decorating it at some point. By the way, truffle oil is worth quite a bit of money. Day 115, I didn't get much done, but I did make another oil maker because these truffles are really coming in fast. On day 116, I wanted to go mining, but it was a bad luck day, so I guess we'll have to wait. I did give Abigail another gift though. Now I'm only 1 heart away from her being my girlfriend. Day 117. Upon waking up and checking the greenhouse, I noticed all the starfruit were finished growing, which means I needed to set up the 54 kegs to be on the same cycle. I bought some more starfruit seeds, and then I went to fish for the last fish I need for the community center. I happened to catch it on the first cast, the elusive sunfish. I still can't believe I didn't catch one until year 2, it's kinda sad. And just like that, the fish tank is finished. We only need a few items now for the community center. They are 10 wheat, a pomegranate, and a red cabbage. And what do you know, there was a pomegranate in my fruit bat cave when I went to go check, and while taking that back to the community center, I had a friend friendship event with Abigail. On day 118, my red cabbage finished growing, so I ran that up to the community center and I received a seed maker for the bundle. Now all we need is some wheat. I then spent the rest of the day cutting down trees. Day 119. I decided to go off to Robin's house to upgrade the barn to a big barn, and I went and bought a grass starter kit recipe from Pierre. Day 120 was a good luck day, and all of my wine finished, so I was able to take all the kegs to a different area. I then finished up around the farm and went to Skull Cavern. I made it there pretty late though, at 2:50 p.m., and it turns out we didn't get very far at all. I only made it out with 5 iridium ore, but I did get level 9 combat at the end of the day. Day 121, I went out to the animals and I noticed all the pigs were adults now, so it's going to be truffle time. I also noticed my barn upgrade finished, so on Wednesday I need to go get some more animals for it. I then went and cracked open some geodes and spent the rest of the day cutting trees down, ending it off with over 400 wood and level 10 foraging. I decided to choose botanist for the iridium quality forageables. On day 122, I got up and checked the fortune, and I got a really weird one. It read, "This is rare. The spirits are absolutely neutral today." That sounds pretty cool. I kind of wonder what the chances are for that. I then went to Marnie's and bought some sheep. I hope that they can make decent money. After that, I took the horse out and started foraging. And at the beach, he decided to start eating sand, strangely enough. Day 123. I decided to go to Pierre's and buy 100 speed grow to see if I could make money getting 3 harvests out of the strawberries. I figured I'd at least try to see if I'd make profit. And by the way, iridium truffles sell for a lot. Day 124. I started the day off by clearing out a new area for crops because I want to plant a pretty large strawberry field tomorrow. I also made 8 iridium sprinklers and started to space them out in the new area, but it was uneven, so I made 2 more. And I really hope these scarecrows cover the whole field. I was just trying to set this up quickly, so day 125 was the 13th day of spring, and it's time for the egg festival. The cauliflower I planted on day 1 of spring finished growing, so I quickly planted those and went to the festival. While there, I bought 264 strawberry seeds, and I won the egg festival. For that, the mayor gave me 1,000 gold, and I went home and got to planting all the strawberries. Day 126. My pigs brought in 23 iridium truffles this morning, which is almost 30,000 gold from 2 days, since I didn't go out and check yesterday. I then went over to Pierre's store and bought a flower bouquet to give to Abigail, which made her my character's girlfriend. She then had the nerve to ask me what I think happens after we die. Like, I just asked you to be my girlfriend and you bring up some oddly deep thing like that? Okay. Making it back to the farm, I saw my wine finished, which was worth 263,000. I'm probably going to be a millionaire at the end of spring. Day 127. I woke up with 321,000 gold burning a hole in my pocket, and I got a letter in the mail saying this. "Hi, Oni. One of these days you should come to my room after dark, maybe around 8 p.m. I want to show you something." Now, I'm a grown man, so if a woman tells me she wants to come over late at night to show me something, I have an idea in my head of what that is. Anyway, I went over to Robin's and bought the upgrade to my house for the basement and the furniture catalog. Then come 8 o'clock, I went over to Pierre's to meet Abigail, and it turns out she's one of them weird witchy girls. I guess my character's actions reflect much my own, and the cutscene ended pretty awkwardly too. Day 128, Abigail showed up to the door in the morning and apologized about being weird last night, and since today was a bad luck day, I just spent the rest of it taking care of the animals. Day 129. I spent the day walking around collecting salmon berries and other forageables. At the end of the day, I made 100,000 selling off animal products, so I'm starting to realize how much money pigs produce, and it's kind of wild. On day 130, I noticed one of my missions was completed, and it paid out 9,600 gold. That was pretty surprising to say the least. After checking the farm, I saw my star fruit finished today, but I have to wait to put them in the kegs for wine. I really need to get them on the same cycle, but it'll be fine for now. I spent the rest of the day cutting down trees, as per usual. Day 131. I used all the hardwood I had to make casks for my newly acquired basement. I'm pretty unsure on the optimal setup for these, but this'll do for now. And I spent the rest of the day running around not doing much of anything. Day 132. The strawberries I put speed grow on had finished their first harvest today, and it's a thunderstorm, so my lightning rods will be making some batteries for me. For the rest of the day, I went to Skull Cavern, and I did really well, making it all the way to floor 59, which in return got me 35 iridium ore and some other good loot. On a less positive note, I only made 19,000 off those strawberries today, so not great. On day 133, I woke up to a bunch of new battery packs, and the other half of my strawberries were finished, as well as the starfruit wine being done. At this point in the video, I'd like to add that I plan on going for perfection, even though I have no clue what all has been added to the game with the updates. I just think it would be a fun challenge to go for. I mean, for instance, there's a whole ass island that they've added, so I have no clue about that. I'm unsure how many days it'll take, but I'm hoping for 400. I then went and took the wine to the cellar so that it can start to age. I don't know how long aging wine takes or how much value it adds, but I'm sure it's worth the time. I also sold a lot of things that I was hoarding and made 64,000 off that. Day 134 was a bad luck day, and it was raining, so very dreary with not much to do. Due to this, I spent the day clearing up the farm. This summer, I definitely plan on using my space efficiently, but also making it look good. So because Because of that, I ended up whacking down every tree on the farm, but I left up the ones that weren't finished growing, because with 6 days left before summer, I could use the extra wood. On day 135, I made some bombs, and I went off to the desert to buy some more. I also learned that you can cut down trees in the desert, so that's pretty cool. Also, this camel noise is interesting. Day 136, my strawberries were partly finished again, so I grabbed those and went to the flower dance, which went pretty well. I got to dance with someone this time, and it gave me 10 hearts with Abigail. I just need it to rain so I can get the pendant so I can get married. Day 137 was just normal chores on the farm, trying to get to summer, so I can quickly get the community center finished. It unlocks quite a bit. I did make a decent amount of money today though. Day 138, I'm just sort of trying to push through, so I went to sleep at 10:20. I did sell some cheese I put in the casks though. Day 139, my pine trees finished growing, so I put some tappers on those and did some normal farm work. Day 140 was the last day of spring, so I woke up to the last bit of strawberries I'll be getting, and my starfruit wine was also finished. I then took it down to the cellar and put it in the casks, and now they're all full of wine. It'll probably take forever to finish though. I spent the rest of the day cleaning up the farm again, just trying to get ready for summer. Day 141. We've made it back to summer again. Because of this, I hurriedly took care of my animals and went to Pierre's store so I could buy some wheat and watermelon seeds. I then went home and planted everything, and that took all day. On day 142, I did my normal hardwood run and went to visit Krobus for the first time. Here, I finally bought the star drop. Not that I really need it, but we got it. Day 143. Due to the speed grow we put down, we're only 1 day away from finishing the community center with this wheat harvest. This made me really excited, so I just did my farm work and went to bed. Day 144. My wheat finished. My starfruit finished, so with that, we grabbed our wheat and replanted the starfruit, then went down to the community center to turn it in. This caused the little Junimos to go back to their world, and although it took 1.5 years, I'm happy we finally finished the community center. I mean, it only took 144 days to finish. It was a little sad seeing the little Junimos say bye and goodbye. I mean, they spelled it wrong, but it was cute. After all that, I decided to restock a ton of starfruit seeds, and spent the rest of the day clearing the quarry, where for the first time ever, I found an iridium rock. That was pretty awesome. On day 145, I got a funky noise in the middle of the night, and it turns out a meteor landed on the farm. So I mined that and went to Marnie's house, because I'm running out of hay really badly now. And I don't want a bunch of grass on the farm until I have it all laid out. But here I got a really weird glitch where I was stuck at the entrance of my farm, and I couldn't do anything about it. I didn't feel like restarting the day, so I just let my character stand there until he passed out, which took a really long time. Day 146. I just did the normal chores around the farm, and cut down some hardwood. But before I went to sleep, I ended up selling a ton of goods today, which should be really big money. And I was right. I wound up making $275,000 today. Day 147. Now we have over $600,000, and that looks insane to me. But I got a letter in the mail from Willie. He wanted me to come down to his shop, so I hurriedly finished up with the animals and went down to the beach. While traveling, I was met with a cutscene and the opening of the community center. Upon arriving, the mayor brought me inside and gave me an award. Then the asshole from the Joja Mart came in, being all angry, and I instigated a fight between him and Pierre. In a pretty funny cutscene, Pierre literally knocks him out of the building. After that, I got a message saying that Morris and his Joja cronies were never heard from again. Finally, I arrived at Willie's, and he showed me this old boat in the back of his shop, telling me that it needs to be repaired so he can take me to the Fern Islands, whatever those are. In order to repair the boat, I need 200 hardwood, 5 battery packs, and 5 iridium bars. Now, the battery packs and the iridium bars are really easy to come by, but it'll take me quite a few days to get all that hardwood. Knowing that, I went to the secret woods to get hardwood, and on the way, the traveling merchant was there, selling ancient seeds for 500 gold apiece, which is a really sweet deal. Day 148. Our hardwood arc begins. I also decided to start replacing starfruit with ancient fruit slowly, and since I have the seed maker, I'll slowly be able to stock up on seeds and completely fill it after a while. I also built 30 more kegs for all the stuff we'll be growing outside of the greenhouse from now on. Day 149. I went to the secret woods for more hardwood and stopped by Marnie's to give her the cave carrot that she asked for in a cutscene, which gave me the weird glitch earlier. After turning in the mission, I had high enough relationship with her, so I could go into her room and grab Mayor Lewis's boxers. I don't really know what I'm going to end up doing with them, but I'll hang on to them for now. Day 150, the halfway point. With the luau being tomorrow, I spent the day trying to figure out what I'd take, and with some research, I figured out that gold quality starfruit works. So there we have it. I also sold some extra truffles that I had laying around. I'm trying to save up the right amount for winter, even though the oil maker only increases the price by 200. I made 60,000 from them though. Day 151, the luau. And it went perfect. So I was actually able to cash in on all the extra friendship this year. And from this point on, we'll be working on maxing out our friendship with all the villagers. On day 152, I woke up and saw the weather report said rain tomorrow, so I harvested my hardwood and went to sleep. Overnight, I got a cutscene of lightning hitting the Joja Mart, which had a sign on it reading terminated. I'll head over there and check it out soon. Day 153. All of my crop crops finished growing, so I went and picked them all and replanted them before going to the beach. At the beach, I bought the mermaid pendant so I can get married, and I then gave it to Abigail. After saying yes, she said she'd set up the ceremony in 3 days, and we'll be married. And back to the hardwood grind. We're at 168 out of 200, so not much longer. Day 154. A couple of the mahogany trees I planted ended up finishing, which got us up to 190 hardwood, so I went to the secret forest to finish it off, then went to fix the ship. Willie told me it'll be finished tomorrow. I stopped by the Joja Mart and I saw it had a bundle inside. It doesn't seem like anything in here will be too hard to finish. I need to get started on it though. Day 155. Overnight, the boat got repaired, so I tried to get everything done quickly, but we had a lot of work to do since my wine finished today. I did finally make it to the boat and saw it cost 1,000 gold for a ticket. After paying the price, I got a little cutscene of navigating to the island. Now, I'll start this off by saying I have no clue how the island works whatsoever, but I noticed there were these turtles blocking all the paths, so I took the only open one. That led me to a treehouse where I found a kid who squawks like a bird, and learned the currency on the island is golden walnuts. After that interaction, I went through a path that opened up that led me to a volcano cave. While traversing around the cave, it got late, and since I didn't have a farm teleport on me, I left a little early. We'll definitely have to bring a teleport next time to see what's inside this cave. At the end of the day, we pulled in 364,000, so I should be able to afford the returning scepter soon. Day 156. Just after waking up, I got a cutscene where I was getting married, and I still had my silly shoes and hat on. I'd say we're at a pretty good point now, though. We're married to the best girl character in the game, and we're a millionaire, with a cool farm. I noticed after getting home there was an extension to my house, which actually looks pretty cool. She also went straight from the porch to the kitchen. That's pretty low-hanging fruit, so moving on. I stopped by Joja Mart, and I donated a couple of the items and went to sleep. Day 157. This day was a bit weird. I went and I had a cutscene of some weird hallucinogenic tea with Caroline, and I spent the rest of the day playing games at the saloon. By the way, I really suck at these. At the end of the day, I had an epiphany, and remembered there was explosive ammo for the slingshot in the game, so I bought a bit of that. On day 158, I went to the mines to test out the slingshot, even though it was a bad luck day. I ended up wasting a lot of ammo, but I had quite a bit of fun, and I made it a decent way down, and got a fair amount of ore. Day 159 was spent cutting down trees and giving out gifts to all the villagers. Day 160 was another day spent cutting down trees, and I mean a lot of trees. Like, a lot. 972 wood just today. On day 161, some of my wine went gold star, so I sold it just to see how much it would go for. I also upgraded Pam's house at Robin's. It wasn't out of the good of my heart, though. Her trailer was just dropping all of our property values. Day 162 was a very farmy day. My wine finished, so I filled the casks up, and I harvested everything. I even planted some radishes to fill up the empty spot. I then found the wizard by the train tracks who told me I needed to track down some magic ink for him. The problem was it was inside of his ex-wife's house, and in order to get inside, I needed to open up a passage which required me to get a magic talisman. So I went over to Krobus, who opened a passage for me so I could get the magic talisman, and went to bed after grabbing it. Day 163, I went back to the blocked passage and put the talisman in, but after entering, there was a goblin blocking my path. I looked it up, and I need some void mayo to get past him. I did something pretty stupid here and bought a void egg from Krobus, and for some reason I thought I needed to incubate it for a void chicken to get an egg, even though I already had an egg. Yeah, I don't know what I was doing. And at the end of the day, Abigail asked me if I wanted to have a baby, so I guess my character's gonna be a father now. Day 164. I looked through some of the missions I had stocked up and ran around completing them, most importantly one for Emily. But before doing all that, I got a cutscene because Robin finished building Pam and Penny's new home. It looks pretty good, I have to admit. I then went over to Robin's store and had her build me a fish pond, because I'm pretty sure I can get caviar from that, and I need it for the Joja Mart bundle. On day 165, Emily sent me a sewing machine in the mail for the mission I did, and I headed off to Fern Island. On the island, I went to the volcano mine and made it all the way to the end, where I found a strange machine. I really need to check the wiki for the island because I have no clue what it does. I also need 2 more walnuts to unlock another path. Day 166, Robin finished building my fish pond, so I spent the rest of the day at the mountain lake fishing for sturgeon. While fishing, I got a dinosaur egg from a treasure chest, which could be useful in the future. I also got the sturgeon I was looking for, but continued to spend the rest of the day fishing because I want to get all my skills to level 10 at some point. I also know I need to get all the legendary fish too. At the end of the day, we got level 8 fishing, and we only made 3,000 from it. Fishing really doesn't bring in money later on when you have wine and pigs. On day 167, we woke up to more battery packs, and I'm left to wonder how the hell Abigail got back there. Anyway, I spent the rest of the day moving around buildings and changing the color of them to something I like more. Plus, I finally put some paths down around the farm. I'm unsure of the layout we'll be going for in the late game, since I don't have many buildings yet. But this looks good. On day 168, I decided to take all the gold wine out and sell it. I also finished all the pathing up and upgraded my barn again. After doing that, I cleaned out the rest of my chests and sold a bunch of excess items I don't need. Though while doing that, I accidentally sold my dinosaur egg, which sucks for me. At the end of the day, my kegs were also done making wine, which netted me altogether 475,000. Day 169, the first day of fall, or autumn, depending on where you're from. I'm really happy fall finally arrived because it's my favorite season. I had to hoe the entire field and went and got some pumpkin seeds. I then put down fertilizer and planted them, but because I didn't have the spots there last night, I had to physically water them all, which made a very long day, finishing off at 12:20 a.m. I really like the way things look in fall though. It's my favorite season in real life because my birthday lands in fall, which is November 17th, by the way. Happy birthday to me. It's kind of weird because I'm reading this out on November 17th. Oh, and pumpkins are my favorite crop in the game. On day 170, my star fruit finished growing again, so I can make more wine. And my void chicken is no longer a chick. Day 171, I went to Marnie's house and bought some sheep to fill up the newly upgraded barn. I spent the rest of the day taking items to people for missions, so I can raise up their hearts. I also saw a strange heart event with Emily, and just grabbed another mission from the board. The mission wants me to fish trash out of the water for Linus. We'll try to do that tomorrow. On day 172, I woke up and Abigail gave me a star fruit to show me she loves me. That's pretty cool. By the way, here's the progress I have with hearts between all the villagers. So far, it's just Abigail and Pam that are really high. I decided to check to see if this mission would allow me to fish trash off my farm, and it works. I'm really happy it did because you have a 100% chance to catch trash on your farm, and it made it a lot easier. Day 173. The reward for cleaning up the water was kinda weird. It was just a recipe for fiber seeds from Linus. Not very useful, I'll be honest, but we'll take it. Here's where I actually realized how stupid it was to not just put the void egg in the mayo machine. But anyway, I took the void mayo to the goblin, but before reaching him, I saw a weird cutscene where Linus was naked in the lake. What a wild man Linus is. Anyway, I got the goblin out of the way and grabbed the magic ink, then took it to the wizard, who'll now let me use a book to build magical buildings on my farm. They're all really useful, but not yet. They're pretty expensive right now. And since it was Friday, at the end of the day, I went to the bar and gave all the villagers gifts. Day 174. I woke up and decided to make some more explosive ammo for the next time I head to Skull Cavern. I still have that mission that needs me to get to floor 100 of Skull Cavern. I don't know if I can do that without stairs, but I guess we'll keep trying. Other than that, I just did the normal daily stuff on the farm. Day 175 was a good luck day, so I went to town and hurried Pam along, then went to Skull Cavern, where I made it pretty deep down, but forgot to check the time and accidentally passed out. Day 176. My ancient fruit finished growing, so I was able to put them in the seed maker, and we ended up getting 11 seeds from that, so I replaced some of the star fruit with those. It'll be really slow, but we will have all ancient fruit in there at some point. I also went and got my watering can upgraded, and I cleared out the quarry again. Day 177, my wine finished again, and we have no room in the basement, so I just chucked it into the bin and did my farm work. Day 178, I had a baby girl overnight, and since it's a girl, I didn't even consider what I'd name a girl. If it were a boy, I'd just name it after myself, but since I'm forced to name it, I decided to choose a boring Catholic name since Abigail's also a Catholic name. Finally settling with something that starts with an A, like me and Abigail's names, I chose Anna. I spent the rest of the day running around collecting blackberries, and finally bought the return scepter, which should be worth the money. I also got my watering can back, and had a cutscene where a monster attacked me, and Abigail saved me. She's a great wife, what can I say? Day 179, I decided to go and upgrade my axe to gold, and I bought some more pumpkin seeds, but I accidentally sold them and had to rebuy them again. I'm really good at doing that. Day 180, it took me forever to get things done at the farm, and with my axe at Clint's, I really had nothing to do, so I went to bed. Day 181, my caviar finally finished, and I got another upgrade to the fish pond. After turning in the caviar, we only have 2 more items to turn in to finish the bundle. Before that, I went and got my axe back, because I figured we should start upgrading all my tools now. So we'll start by upgrading the hoe to steel, and then I went off to catch a void salmon. It didn't take that long, so now we only have 1 item left on the bundle. Day 182, my pumpkins finished, so I put them in kegs and went off to Fern Island in search of the 2 golden walnuts I need. And after a long day of mining, I managed to get them both. Day 183, my star fruit and ancient fruit were done, but I only got 3 gold star ancient fruit, so I put all the non-gold ones in the seed maker and ended up with 6 more seeds. I then went back to the island and opened up the next path, which seems to be an area that's like a second farm. I just need 20 walnuts to rebuild the house there. I also found some weird rocks here that you can mine mussels from, which is relatively strange. And at the end of the day, I sold a bunch of items I've been hoarding and made 190,000 just from excess truffles. Day 184 was the day of the Stardew Valley Fair, but I already own everything you can buy, so I just ended the day early. On day 185, I decided to sell all the rabbits I had because I was tired of taking care of them. I'll eventually replace them with something else, but not now. I also wanted to go to Skull Cavern, even though it was just a neutral luck day, because I really need another dinosaur egg, and I'm a bit of a dork because I forgot to look at my health, and I got killed. After that, I went to the regular mines to fight mobs. I still need to kill a set amount of every mob, so I figured why not start now. I I ended the day off with level 10 combat and chose to get 15% more damage. Day 186, my pumpkin juice finished, and I replaced it all with starfruit. I then went to go grab my hoe, and off to the island we go. I ended up repairing a bridge there that cost me 10 walnuts, and there was a guy trapped inside this cave where a rock was. I'm unsure how to get to him, but I learned that I can upgrade my weapons and tools in the volcano. So maybe I just need to upgrade my pickaxe? Anyway, the area we unlocked allows us to mine bone fragments and spawns mahogany trees for us to get hardwood. Day 187, I was going to crack open some geodes, but Clint left his shop early for some reason, so I shot him with an explosive ammo because I was angry at him. So instead, I went back to the island and upgraded my pickaxe. After upgrading it, I tried to mine the guy out and it didn't work, which made me a bit more aggravated, so I shot it with the slingshot. And that worked. The cave's fairly useless, it has some mushrooms in it, and the upgrade to my axe isn't that great either. It gave me Swift, which makes you mine faster, but I can already use auto hotkeys to animation cancel anyway, so that's pretty lame. The guy we freed has a place we can donate fossils to when we find them around the island. I then went to go check on the bird kid to see if I could progress anymore. There we had a conversation, and he tells me I'm a friend of the birds now, so that's progress. On day 188, I again went back to Clint's shop, but this time I could actually crack open some geodes. After opening all of those, I took some maple syrup to the secret forest, and a bear let me know that I can sell salmon berries and blackberries for 3 times the price now. Cool, I guess. On day 189, I went back to the volcano mine and died again. I don't know why, but I was playing really bad here, legitimately not even glancing over at the health bar the entire time. Day 190, I'd finally saved up 5 gold star ancient fruits, and I finished the Jojo Mart bundle. The little Junimo in there told me something good would happen soon, and I spent the rest of the day working on the farm. Overnight, I got a cutscene of the Jojo Mart though, so I'll have to check out what happened there. Day 191. Turns out a movie theater opened up there, so I took Abigail to see a movie. It seems like it's going to be a pretty cool way to earn friendship. I think it'll be useful for maxing out the hearts with everyone. After that, not much happened. I went back to the volcano cave, and I found a weird mushroom room, but that's it. Day 192. I learned there's a cool dwarven shop inside the volcano cave, so I need to unlock the ability to speak to dwarves. Because of this, I spent the day trying to get the last scroll I need, Dwarven Scroll 4, the yellow one. After a day spent in the mines, I couldn't find it, but of course I found another red one. I guess we'll have to keep going back and trying. Day 193. My wine finished again, and I quickly replaced it and headed back to the mine. After a long day, I didn't manage to get it, and I thought to myself maybe I can get it passively, but it turns out none of the mobs in Skull Cavern drop it, so we'll have to keep trying here. Day 194, I finally made an iridium band, and I went back to the mines. That's my life now, I guess. Day 195 was Spirit's Eve, and I don't need another golden pumpkin, so I just took the day off. Day 196. Today I learned I can throw my baby into the air over and over again. Today's the last day of fall, and the mundanity of winter is going to be arriving tomorrow. I went to Pierre's to turn in 25 gold pumpkins I needed for a mission, and spent the rest of the day on the farm. Day 197. All the plants in my greenhouse finished, so I replaced them. My pumpkin juice was also done, so I put starfruit in there, and put all the ancient seeds inside the seed maker, which gave me another 13 ancient seeds. I then spent the rest of the day cutting down trees. Day 198, I took the axe up to Clint again, and I got an iridium upgrade. After that, I went back to the mines, searching for the elusive Dwarven Scroll 4. Yet again, after a long day, we didn't manage to get it, but I did get another one I don't need. On day 199, I needed to take a break from the mines, so I smelted ore all day. I also made 2 more furnaces in order to speed the process up, because there's so much excess ore I have. Day 200, the final day of the video. I feel like we've made decent progress in this video, and I'm really hopeful for what we'll get done in the next 100 days. I'm definitely going to do some research on the things I don't know about the game though, because my progress has been really slow towards the end of the video. It wasn't very easy trying to figure out all this stuff on my own. In the next 100 days, I expect to make the farm self-sufficient in some way. But anyway, first thing I did today was just go and grab an iridium axe and cut down a few trees. Anyway, I really want to end this series off by going for perfection and making my farm really awesome. But like I said, the sheer amount of stuff that's been added to the game has really threw me off, so I'll be researching quite a bit before the next 300 days. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you so much for the support on the last video. It's really amazing. I can't believe it's almost at 10,000 views again. It really blows my mind. Anyway, drop a like on the video if you enjoyed it and want to see another one, and sub to the channel to help me get closer to 1,000 subs. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.